the bracket. Gonna wait for everybody to filter in a little bit more. This pops up every now and then, and it's always kind of interesting to look at. Hall of Fame probability according to Basketball Reference. Now, there's some interesting stuff on here, and it just sparks an interesting conversation. Like, we have 4 locks according to Basketball Reference. There's 4 Hall of Fame locks currently. LeBron, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Steph Curry. All absolutely first ballot Hall of Famers. Now, what's interesting to me, James Harden, 99.99%. Russell Westbrook, 99.93%. Giannis, 98. Jokic, 98. No player in NBA history has won an MVP and not made the Hall of Fame. Now, obviously, that's going to be tested when Derrick Rose retires. Derrick Rose not a Hall of Famer, but I part of me kind of feels like he'll get in at some point. You know, part of me feels like he'll get in. Like later. So I wonder, like, what's the 0.01% chance that James Harden, like, what would have to happen? And then in my brain I figured, all right, 100% means if one of these players murdered somebody, if they straight up killed somebody, they would still make the Hall of Fame. Like, the NBA would just be like, hey, listen, we know they killed somebody, but they were just so important to the sport, they got to make the Hall of Fame. Whereas if James Harden ended up killing somebody, they'd be like, yeah, get him. No, he's not making it. Chris Paul wouldn't. Yeah, I guess Chris Paul wouldn't. But obviously James Harden's a lock. Russ is a lock. It kind of makes it interesting how many Hall of Fame locks there are in the NBA right now. Steven, welcome to the Slight Delusional Club. It kind of interests me how many active Hall of Famers there are in the NBA currently, because you look at the MLB and I don't feel like it's that many. Dame at 98%. Yeah, Hall of Famer for sure. Giannis 98%, first ballot, could retire today and make it. Dame retires today. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? I would say yes, but 8-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA, he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. Jokic retires today and gets in. Paul George retires today. I mean, Paul George is making the Hall of Fame. 9-time All-Star, he's making it. Kyrie will be interesting. How much will the voters like hold Kyrie being a nuisance at times in his career over his head? I'm like, Kyrie being over Kawhi is insane to me, kind of. Kyle Lowry will make the Hall of Fame. I think that'll probably upset some people, but he's definitely making the Hall of Fame. Kyle Lowry being 10 percentage points over Draymond. I would love to know that reasoning. Kevin Love at 73%. Huh. So in my brain, Kevin Love is the tried and true Hall of Very Good. 5-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. A championship, obviously. I'm not sure Kevin Love's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, Kevin Love being over Jimmy Butler doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I feel like Jimmy Butler is making the Hall of Fame. Joel Embiid, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson will 100% be a Hall of Famer. Joel Embiid, again, no MVP in history, has won the MVP and not made the Hall of Fame. So he's getting in. DeMar, big drop off, 66% to 46%. Ooh, is DeMar a Hall of Famer? Six-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. If Tony Kukoc made it, anyone can make it. Well, Tony Kukoc, it's a basketball Hall of Fame. So you do have the international stuff with Kukoc. So immediately we get duh and no back to back. DeRozan's an interesting one. I draw the line at DeMar, I think. I kind of think I would too. The thing about DeMar, great player, 6-time All-Star, scoring-wise, you know, it's not like his career's over. He's going to go score a bunch. So he's going to have, like, he's going to end up high on the all-time scoring list. But, like, where is he at right now on the all-time scoring list, I wonder? 36th? I actually thought that'd be higher. But, we're going to get to the bracket. He doesn't have, like, a playoff moment. You know what I mean? What's the DeMar DeRozan signature postseason moment? Luka could retire today, and he's making the Hall of Fame. No question about it. 5-time All-NBA first team. Like, that's enough right there. But then you add in the international stuff, winning Eurobasket with Slovenia, the EuroLeague MVP he got when he was 17 years old. He's making the Hall of Fame if he retires today. Tatum probably doesn't make the Hall of Fame if he retires today. Tatum will make the Hall of Fame, though. I'm telling you right now, 100%. If he just continues along his career trajectory, 26 years old, 5-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, just won the NBA Finals. He'll make it. John Wall, no chance. John Wall makes it. So, okay, how is Gobert 25%? What's going on there? Three-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's making the Hall of Fame. He is without a doubt getting in. He could retire right now and make the Hall of Fame, for sure. 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. How is he at 25%? How is he below John Wall? Al Horford is an interesting one. I feel like Horford being like in the twilight of his career for like the last 8 seasons. It feels like Horford has been for 8 years now, just like in the twilight of his career. That so much so that people forget how good he was in his prime. But I don't think. There's a guy in high school called Jack Me Off who's apparent. I don't think Al Horford makes it. Cat, probably not. Donovan Mitchell is kind of interesting. See, Derrick Rose all the way down to 10%. Will more than likely be the first All-Star ever to not, or the first MVP winner ever to not make the Hall of Fame. But there is an outside chance that he gets voted in later. Horford won a natty at Florida. Okay, that's true. That's true. He was a great college basketball player. Al Horford was. Trae Young, 9%. I would say right now it's probably trending towards no. Isaiah Thomas, no chance. Isaiah Thomas being ahead of Sabonis is objectively hilarious. Devin Booker at 4%. I mean, if Devin Booker's career just keeps trending the same direction, he's making the Hall of Fame. 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. 27 years old. Came into the league so young. He's going to finish so high on all-time scoring lists. DeAndre Jordan, no. Bradley Beal, no. Middleton, no. Drew, 1%. So this is probably the one that doesn't match up with reality the most. Drew is, we talked about this. Drew's probably making the Hall of Fame. Although I think that he should be a line. I question whether or not Drew Holiday is really a Hall of Famer versus a Hall of Very Gooder. But 2-time champion, one of the best perimeter defenders of his era. One of the best defenders, period, of his era. 2-time gold medalist, 2-time champion. Tim Hardaway Jr., 192%. Yeah, he's on here for sure. Zach LaVine, Gordon Hayward, Brooke Lopez, Danny Green. Danny Green not retired. Did Danny Green play last year? Was he on the Cavs last year, or was that 2 years ago? That was last year. No, he was on Philly for 2 games. I have no recollection of that at all. When was that? Surprised Brunson is below Beal. I'm surprised. Okay, Brunson ahead of Jaylen Brown. Huh? What is your greatest non-Hall of Fame player so I can get a baseline for the cutoff? I don't know. Throughout NBA history, it's tough. I think Shawn Marion deserves to be in the Hall of Fame through and through. I 100% believe Shawn Marion deserves to make the Hall of Fame. 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. Got MVP votes twice. Defensive Player of the Year votes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Champion. That's right. When you say his name, make sure you say champion. How the fuck is Fred on there, not Kyle Lowry? No, Kyle Lowry is way up there. He's at 85%. Just interesting.